All right, let's look at the equation of a sphere. All right, so we have a sphere centered at x0, comma y0, comma z0 with radius r. All right, so we want to come up with the equation. All right, so let's say you have an arbitrary point on the sphere. So I'm going to just pick any random point. And since it's a random point, it's going to have a kind of a general coordinates. I'm going to call it x, comma y, comma z. All right. So in order to make sure that this point is on the sphere, we have to make sure that the distance between the center and the point is going to be always r. All right, so by distance formula, we can find, so the distance formula, so I'm going to call it d, is equal to, right? So the distance between these 2 points would be, so you have a square root, right? And we just have to take the difference, x minus x0. So you have x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared. And then we have a z minus z0 squared. And so this distance is going to be always equal to the radius r. Alright, so then all you have to do is, since I don't like square root, I'm going to get rid of square root by simply squaring both sides. Then you have this equation, x minus x0 squared plus y minus y0 squared plus z minus z0 squared is equal to r squared. Right? So you can see that the only difference between the equation of a sphere and the equation of a circle is this guy right here. Right? So if you hide this term, then you get exactly the same equation as the equation of a circle. Right? Alright, so this is called the standard form of the standard equation of a circle. Alright, so let's use this to do the following example. Alright, so it says that we have a sphere, and with the P1, P2 is the diameter of that sphere, and we want to come up with the equation. Right? So all we need is 2 pieces of information, center and a radius. So let's find the center. Right, so how do you find the center? The center is going to be the midpoint between these 2 points, right? So I'm going to use the midpoint formula. So you have m is equal to, right? We take the average, so negative 9 minus 5 over 2. And you have a negative 5 and plus negative 5. Oh, actually, I'm just going to write plus negative 5 as minus 5 over 2. And you have a 9 plus 6 over 2. Alright, so which is going to be, let's see, so you have negative 9 plus negative 5, negative 14 over 2, so you have a negative 7. Alright, so this is negative 5 minus negative 5 is negative 10 over 2 is negative 5. And you have a 6 plus 9 would be 15. So 7.5, or maybe I'll just leave it as 15 over 2. Right? And then if you want to find a radius, radius is going to be the half of the diameter. So we can just try to find the diameter and take the, so I'm going to call it d, and then divide by 2. Right? So diameter is just going to be the distance between P1 and P2. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the distance formula here. And then I'm going to divide by 2 later. Right? So let's see. So you have, let's see, I'm going to do negative 5 minus negative 9. So adding 9, so it's a 4 squared. So 16. Alright, negative 5 minus negative 5, so that's going to be 0. Alright, 6 minus 9 is -3. Square would be 9. So we have a square root of 16 plus 9 is 25. So square root of 25 is 5 over 2. All right, so therefore, we can find the equation of this the sphere. It's going to be x minus, all right, x coordinate is -7, so I'm going to put the plus 7 squared. And you have a y minus a -5, so it's going to be plus 5 squared. Then we have a z minus 15 over 2 squared. And then we have a radius square, 5 over 2 squared. So 5 squared would be 25. And 2 squared would be 4. Right? So this is the equation of the sphere whose diameter is P1, P2. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.